Hey, what is good with y'all? It's your boy King Avery, and today we are talking about another Nintendo NX rumor. So apparently DualPixel got a hold of a picture that was sent into them of what appears to be the controller. What you're currently looking at is the patent for the controller. Now just looking at this, you're gonna see it looks very close and very similar to the picture that was sent into them. And actually Destructoid actually looked at it, but here's the picture right here. We have a couple of analog controller sticks right here. So you got one on your left, you got one on your right. You also have what appears to be L and R triggers up there at the top. They're very slightly, can see them, but they are there. And if you look at the bottom, you will see what appears to be like maybe some sensors for the controller. Now, looking at the controller, you also see there is a B button there. Now, the funny thing about this B button, and I believe there's an A button that's right up there to the left of it. I can't exactly see it, but I'm pretty sure that's it because I can kind of see it there. But if there's a B, then there's an A. But besides for that, if you look at the buttons, the screen actually looks like it is in one with the button, almost as if the button wasn't a real button. But I do believe it is actually a physical button and not just a touchscreen button, because I don't believe they just went ahead and made it all completely touchscreen, because, you know, doesn't make sense. At least not in any type of gaming world. But yeah, so we got your A and your B button, unless the controller can actually map out where that is. But you know, that's a whole lot of technology there, and you're talking about a real expensive controller. But a while back, Sharp, I think it was Sharp or Sharper Image, I think it's Sharp. But they were developing these type of screens for a while now. So it might be in the affordable range, as well as Nintendo worked out some deals with them a long time ago. So, you know, we could actually be looking at the actual controller. Now at the top of that, you also do see a power cord, or shall I say an input cord, because more than likely this controller right here is not actually wireless at the moment. So, because it's a developer's controller, so it's actually plugging into a box that, you know, represents the actual console, so that the developers can work on the game. So, the reason why I think this may not be too bad of an idea, at first when I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's an ugly controller. Why is it rounded like that? But, you know, there's a good chance it's not even going to be rounded like that. But you never know. But at first glance, you're like, this is a terrible controller. Who would ever develop such an idea? But then I took a second look at it and I said to myself, okay, well, what are we missing here? So we have our, you know, our left and our right, you know, control pads, right? We have our left and our right triggers. We have what appears to be some A and B buttons, and if you look to the right of that, you also see an arrow pointing to the right, so that may technically be another button there, or it could just be something on screen that is telling you to go in that direction, but I'm not sure about that. Also, you notice up there at the top, we have what looks to be like a timestamp or something that, you know, allows you to recognize the runtime, or it may even be how many frames per second that it's actually doing at the moment. But I do not know 100%, you know, because for all we know, this could be completely fake and we're just wasting our time talking about it. But being that it is here, we are going to talk about it. So the reason why I think it's not that bad of an idea of a controller is because the whole thing is technically a touchscreen. Now, at first you're going to say, no, that's a terrible idea. Why would anybody do that? But then I said to myself, well, what it allows you to do, when you have a touchscreen, it allows you to make slight adjustments, and at a very, very quick moment. In a very quick second, you can make a major adjustment. So for example, if you had your hand on the left or the right, triggers, you could easily move the touch screen on there, because I'm 100% certain if that screen is there, then more than likely it's a touch screen. But you can make a real quick adjustment by just sliding your finger left or right or up or down or at an angle, and make a really quick adjustment that you wouldn't normally be able to make on a controller. Now, at first you're like, okay, well that doesn't sound too bad, but you gotta remember that you're not just staring at this screen the whole time. You're technically probably looking at the TV majority of the time, but the fact that you can take your finger while you're holding the controller and actually make quick adjustments on the touch screen, just by moving your finger slightly to the left of the B button or the A button and hurrying up and sliding up, down, left, right, whichever way you're going, it really does, increase the actual controls. It makes the controls a lot better. Whereas, usually you have your left and your right trigger, or should I say control sticks, excuse me, I keep saying trigger, but you have your left and your right control sticks, and you move left or right or up or down, like that. But it takes, time for the controller to actually adjust to it. Whereas a touch screen is gonna be more accurate, very fast. It's kind of like mouse and keyboard. Your mouse will always destroy your game controller, because let's be honest, you slide your mouse left, right, you can easily make quick adjustments, and you'll be able to do that with this controller if this is the real deal. But anyways, those are my thoughts on this controller. Leave your thoughts down there in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, because we always like them over here, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all in another video. Peace.